Michael Jackson, welcome back to Upfront. How are you?
Hi, Ray. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so excited to have you back on the show.
Good.
I need one of those Ailey tank tops.
Yeah, I can send it to you. I'm not sure what the mail is like these days. You may get it next year, but I'll send you one.
And I need a medium. I need something that's.
Oh, you want it tight. You want it tight. You want
Yeah.
it tight and right. I got you. I got you. Ailey wardrobe on the way.
Absolutely. So excited to be talking to you about Ailey All Access. You guys are doing this wonderful thing where you're offering up this all access to Ailey lovers, those that have never seen Alvin Ailey, those that want to know more about Alvin Ailey. And this is all taking place online. You've got amazing performances that take place every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And we're super excited about tonight's performance because that's featuring Lazarus, which was choreographed by Rennie Harris. And you're actually starring in that. So can we talk about the performance?
Yeah, Lazarus was choreographed 2 years ago, I believe, 2 or 3 years ago. And it is about it's a celebration and a retelling of Mr. Ailey's life and how he overcame social inequalities to produce dance and give dance back to the people. And what's so great about Lazarus is it's our first 2-act ballet, so it is not long, but extra long. But it is like, it takes you through like a journey of being from a beginning to like a soaring in a sense, I really enjoyed the process because I love Rennie Harris. He's from Philadelphia. I used to dance in Philly at Philadelphia. I did my first piece by him there. Yeah, Philly. So it was a great process. So being able to kind of relive that in the comfort of my couch and not like, crazy sweating on the stage, it's going to be nice. And I think the audience specifically, they are yearning for us. They're yearning for dance. They're yearning for Ailey, and we are giving it back.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys were in the middle of your world tour. I got a chance to see you guys in February. I brought my sister who had never seen you guys. She totally loved the show. But you guys were in the midst of your tour when you had to stop. So where were you guys in the tour when you had to stop for COVID-19?
We had just gotten to Dallas, and we got to the airport. Everyone was it was all over the news, so everyone was talking about it on the way there. And we got to Dallas. By the time we got to the hotel, it was an email saying that the shows were canceled. And the next week was LA, and we had already heard previously before Dallas that the LA week was canceled. So we were kind of like not knowing what to do, and we had just got to the hotel, so no one had even touched their luggage. I know I hadn't. And from there, they decided to bring us back to New York immediately, and the next day we were back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I think what was crazy was that it's like that, knowing that we have this responsibility to Mr. Ailey and the people and the company, and being ambassadors, cultural ambassadors, we feel the weight of wanting to give. And it was weird not, being stopped in that, and we had been on tour since February, so we were right like in the groove of things. I wasn't really tired. It was just like, let's go, let's get this going. And
yeah,
that was halted. Yeah, so it was put to a halt. And New York the traveling wasn't that bad. It was just, once we were home, the actual quarantine started happening. So we had just kind of got back right in time, thank God.
Yeah. And so it's been, I'm sure, a challenge because as one creative to another, it's like, okay, what do I do with all this time? What do I do with, having to be in one place? And what's so great about what you guys are doing is that everyone now has access to see these amazing shows, these amazing performances. One thing I wanted to note about tonight's performance, it also includes a conversation with Rennie Harris and our good friend Hope Boykin, who we so love and we've had on the show. And she just does, she's such a ball of joy. We love her. And so the fact that, again, you guys are offering this is just another reason why, you know, we love you guys.
Yeah, and what you said about you said access, and that's what it's called. It's called Ailey All Access. And the good and bad of it is that, you know, when you come to Ailey performance as an audience member, you only get to see the performance, and you only get to, you know, once the curtain drops, it stops there, and you kind of like talk about it with your friends and your family. And now you kind of get to dive in deeper, like a little bit behind the curtain after the performance, the conversations, and being able to talk to the dancers, see the dancers, hear the dancers is it's a great way to move forward with this, because I think everyone is kind of in no man's land when it comes to it. But Ailey is kind of, I'm glad we're leading in a way to have this new normal, I guess, you know?
Yeah. Rennie Harris is such an icon in dance. What was that process like working with him on this particular?
Yo, Rennie is chill. Rennie is so chill. And because we are naturally perfectionists and we work on our technique all day long, the style of Lazarus is house. And although it looks loose, there is a technique behind it as well. And in learning that technique, especially for people who hadn't worked with him before, he has this chill approach to learning the technique that allows you to still be yourself. And I always think about Mr. Ailey when he's here, because Mr. Ailey wanted us to show ourselves through dance. I'm not supposed to look like Hope Boyk, and I'm not supposed to look like the person next to me. I'm supposed to look like me.
Right.
And Rennie, I feel like, is a great representation of that. He wants you to be yourself in his movement, and in Lazarus, that really shows.
Yeah. Now, what's great about the Ailey All Access is that this is like I said at the top, is actually every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and we've got some performances that are going to be coming up that I wanted to talk about. Let me get my information here. We've got Night Creatures, which is going to air on Thursday, April the 23rd, and as well as a performance on April 30th, which is Jamar Roberts' Ode, which we got a chance to see back in February.
Oh, you saw it? Yeah.
Yeah, at the Fox Theater. Yeah, yeah. So let's talk about those.
Love it.
Let's start with Night Creature.
Night Creature is Mr. Ailey's work, and it is, I almost put Night Creature on the same level as Revelations, because it is, it has so much history behind it, and the audience, every audience we perform it in front of, it is received very well, from the old to the young. It is about, you know, stars come out at night and they try to shine.
Yeah.
And what's the best thing about that now is that even sitting in your pajamas, you can be taken away to this star and kind of euphoric place. And Night Creature is good for that. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And the costume's great.
Right. And then Jamar Roberts' Ode, because that has a real social justice message to the performance.
Yeah, it is about the victims of gun violence, and almost like an ode to that, because there is, I don't know, I feel like we are always we try to be on the forefront of whatever is happening socially, especially when it comes to social justice. And being a Black dance company, we are steadfast in trying to portray that, you know, portray the Black experience, portray the Black life. And sad as it is, you know, there are rejoicing moments, but there are also sad moments. And to me, Ode is kind of it's a mix of the two. It's like a delicate mix of the two. Jamar Roberts, who is actually our first resident choreographer, he has this way of like blending the two in I don't know. I don't even know how to explain the feeling that I get from performing and watching it, because there are two casts. There's a male cast and there's a female cast. So I'm in the male cast, so I've only seen the female cast. And from watching, at the end of it, I don't want to clap. I know clapping is what you do when people finish, but it kind of puts me in like this euphoric state. And it's like a mix of emotions. So I am looking forward to hearing the feedback from everyone watching Ode, because it's a little different for Ailey, a good different.
Yeah, yeah. And so as a creative, how have you been keeping yourself busy? I know we enjoy, those of us that follow you on Instagram and on social media, you're always providing us with these amazing photos of you in motion, you in action. But how have you been able to, continue to keep your creative juices flowing during this quarantine?
Oh, there is, firstly, the dance world had, once the quarantine happened, it's like we kind of simultaneously decided to just take our art to social media.
Right.
And now when I get up in the morning, like, there's my whole live feed is full of live classes, and I have taken 2 classes so far. Um, it's almost like I think this time is my hobbies are kind of are growing from hobbies. Like I think like photography, I was really into photography. I bought a camera last year, and wanting to use it on tour was was a dream, because we work so much and my off time is really dedicated to rest. So I didn't do it as much as I would have liked to. Now I have bought things. I have kind of turned my apartment into like this photography studio. So I have been really creating content and just kind of playing. And, as creatives, I talked to Hope Boykin about this, it's okay to break, it's okay to not be creative. And for us, for creatives, that is not a good feeling all the time, or we don't really know how to judge that. As you don't really know how to judge not just sitting,
You feel like you should be doing
And
something.
what you say?
You feel like you should be doing something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt. It felt, especially when I first got home from tour, it was like, I need to be doing something. I need to take class. I need to. But now I rest. I definitely did a lot of resting. I feel like I've been catching up on rest that I have been sleep deprived from since I got into Ailey 8 years ago. But I really enjoy being in the house. I'm a loner, so I kind of like being in the house already. But now it is producing material and producing things that I am proud of in the comfort of my own home is amazing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the dancers, everyone's kind of doing different things. Akua's cooking, people are teaching. They're also, our Instagram is, as you know, it's run by the dancers. Our Ailey Instagram is run by the dancers. So we have kind of taken that and tried to run with whatever we've been doing, whatever creativity we are all feeling. We're trying to put it on there and show the world that we're still, we're still pushing.
Yeah. Well, Michael Jackson, thank you so much for being a guest today on Upstream. Again, we were talking about Ailey All Access, and these are amazing performances that you can see on the website. You can get more information about that at our website as well, wclk.com. And best of luck to you, many blessings, and stay safe.
Thank you. Thank you.